Hi everyone, Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. I thought I would take a look at the Weinstein case. I find it interesting. Today is January 27th, and we have Donald Trump, Senate case against Donald Trump, although I don't know how much of a case it is if there's no witnesses and no information allowed in the courtroom. Every criminal's dream, right? That is happening at this time. Simultaneously, we have the Weinstein case happening, I believe, in New York City, and so I think it's interesting to note that there's a similar theme here of abuse of power. There's a similar theme of preying on women, historically preying on women. So I think it's a very interesting time, and that this is all happening at the same time. Okay, let's see. This is for the Weinstein case. Okay, so in the immediate future, we have the Knight of Swords here. This is somebody who does things without thinking, perhaps, or acts instinctively, acts quickly, creates chaos. Let's see what's crossing that. We have the Seven of Cups. I see this generally the Seven of Cups is illusion or delusion, but I see this as the actresses that are speaking against him, and how his actions, which we see in the Knight of Swords, affected them emotionally. And we can see that this woman is, while beautiful, is very, very sad. Okay, let's see what's underneath it all. Oh, we have the Hermit. So the Hermit is a secretive card. It is a card of isolation. And I feel as though it's a 9. It's the 9 card. It's the 9th card, the 9th major arcana. So this is both a uncovering of secrets and also a process of healing. So at the root of this, we have the necessity of healing. Let's see the past. Okay, we have the Strength card in the past. This can be the strength of the women who have persevered despite what he has done to them. This could also be his power in the past, his ability to sort of keep everything undercover because of his money and his influence. Let's see what's in the sky. Okay, we have the Ten of Wands in the sky. So this is a feeling of overwhelm, a feeling of too much coming out, too much information, feeling burdened by it. In the future, we have the Chariot. So this is a card of movement. It's a card of the soul being on its path. Let's see how it's seen from the outside. We have the Emperor reversed, somebody losing their power. Hopes and fears, the world, an end. I'm sorry, this is a domestic situation, not hopes and fears. I do that all the time. I wonder why. This is an ending. This is an ending. There's a woman on top of the world here, so this is perhaps payback. Hopes and fears. The Nine of Pentacles. My first thought when I saw this card was Ghislaine Maxwell. I don't know why. when the mighty fall, the mighty get scared. And yet, as a hope, we have this woman who is standing her ground, and making her way. And creating her life, right? See the outcome? Okay, judgment. So he is definitely going to jail, folks. He's definitely going to jail. Let's see what's underneath it. The Two of Wands. Two of Wands. So it looks like he is going to pay for his misdeeds, according to these cards. Let's see. I'm going to use these cards again, because actually they're the only deck I have here in my office. And I want to take a look at, we're going to look at the Trump Senate trial. There was a bombshell. They keep calling everything bombshells, but a bombshell. Somebody leaked what was written in Bolton's book, right? That in fact the president did know, was aware that he was told Bolton that he was holding the aid. All right, so let's see here. Let's see the Senate trial as it stands now. Almost done, guys. Okay. Cut them up. Cut them up, the cards. Okay. Now this is the impeachment trial. Things are moving along very quickly. They are still holding a tight rein on this, but let's see what's crossing that. Okay. This is a challenge, and it's generally the Ten of Coins isn't really a challenge, is it? Except that there is some information about money that might come in. Some things being revealed that challenge them holding a tight rein on the impeachment trial. Okay, we have the Star at the root. This is the hope for those for Trump, that he will overcome this, like he's overcome all things. But I think this is also the Star card for the people who want to see him be held responsible. This is the hope. Hope springs eternal. Let's see the past. We have the King of Cups. I think this is, the past, of course, is connected to Russia, but I think this is more of a Mitch McConnell card. Yeah, this to me is Mitch McConnell, sort of holding back. We can see that he's in this chair here, but holding back the tide, holding back the tide. Let's see what's in the sky. Okay, we have the Four of Wands. This could be the 4 senators that they need. Ooh, for witnesses. Ooh, so there's potential there. And the immediate future is the Ace of Swords. So I think something is going to happen. I think they're going to have witnesses. How it's seen from the outside, the Queen of Swords, that's a woman's justice. Domestic situation, the Five of Wands, a lot of chaos and confusion. I think that if in fact they do call witnesses, there's going to be upheaval in the country, and I think it's just going to be, the Trump people, the Trumpsters, he's going to rile up his base, and I think there's going to be some trouble. Let's see. Hopes and fears, the Two of Pentacles. Hoping that that doesn't upset the economy, I would say. The outcome. Okay, we have the King of Coins. And let's see what we can see about the King of Coins, because the King of Coins could very well be Trump himself. But the King of Coins doesn't really tell us anything. So let's keep pulling. The Eight of Cups. So the King of Pentacles, and then walking away. Let's see what else. Justice. And let's see what's underneath. The Hermit. This was at the base of Weinstein's reading as well. I'm going to pick one more after Justice, just to see the Lovers. So this feels to me like, and I've said this before, I feel like they're going to make a deal with him that he's going to walk away so that he doesn't have to actually face justice. That's what it looks like to me. At least not in this realm. So I've done a number of readings about this, and it always seems like he's going to walk away. He's going to walk away, and I know a lot of other readers see it too. So I think that there's things coming out. The financial stuff is coming out, and I think that if we do have witnesses, it'll elongate the trial, and it'll give more time for more financial stuff to come out. And so while I think that, the Democrats want witnesses because they want a fair trial, the elongation of the trial because of witnesses, I think, McConnell is just trying to stuff it all. But these things keep coming out. And that's the one thing I want to talk about. And I think I'll include it in this reading as well. It seems to me that what was once hidden and once unable, there was no way to get in. There was no way to get into this power game, and that's true with Weinstein. It's true with Trump to a certain extent, his presidency anyway. But there are cracks and chinks in the armor. There are openings now. There has been an awakening. And a lot of this has to do with the Pluto-Saturn conjunction, in that before the conjunction happened in January, Saturn was getting closer and closer to Pluto. And so if there were weak spots, the light would be coming into the weak spots. And now there's this energy of rebuilding, and we cannot rebuild the power structures based on the old paradigm, because that's not evolution. That's not evolution. And so we're seeing that the things that have worked up to this point are not working. And I said many times last year, especially toward the end of the year, that 2019, we wouldn't have a lot of ability to make the changes we needed to make, or want to see the changes that we wouldn't see the changes that we wanted, because we were in a hanged man here. It was more about connecting with our spiritual selves and figuring out ourselves and what we could do to make our lives better, and sort of leave that which we had no control over to the fates, so to speak. But now we're in a 4 vibration. We're in a 4, which is the Emperor card, which is about agency. It's about having agency over your own life. It's also a vibration of building, and a vibration of, in this case, rebuilding. And now Pluto and Saturn are still conjunct, but they're in a new phase. A new phase is about going out and getting new experience and gathering information and interacting with the world in a very sort of Aryan way, and seeing what we can utilize and what we can't utilize. And eventually, those two planets will they will make a semi-square to each other, 45 degree, aspect, and they'll move into structuring those changes. And actually, I don't know when that happens. Let me see if I can find that out for you, and I'll give you an idea. I'll be right back. So I just checked my my astrological program, and it's around 2024 that we actually start to see and start to coalesce a lot of the changes, and the restructuring becomes more solid at that time. And that's interesting because that is the 2020, of course, election goes from 2020 to 2024, right? And then 2025 is when we have the next, whoever wins the 2024 election. So we are, what I'm trying to say is this feels like progress to me. This feels like progress to me. And I want to do a reading on that. I want to get some information on that. Is this really the opening that I see it to be? Is this the opening? Is this the real shift? Now, I would say absolutely, but let's see what the cards say, because maybe they can give us some information on that. Oops. At the time, 2024, Pluto at that time is going to be in Aquarius on that first semi-square, and Saturn is in Pisces. And that's interesting because, of course, Pluto in Aquarius, some people think that is the beginning of the Aquarian age, and Saturn in the last sign of the zodiac, Pisces, is a natural sort of ending cycle for any planet in Pisces, is sort of at the end. And when that actually started was when Saturn was in Aries, and I believe that was around 92, 93, I think. It's when Clinton was president. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, let's see. All right, so I didn't shuffle this good enough. Let me just give it a little more of a shuffle. Is this the opening that I think it is? Is this the shift? Is this the start of the mighty falling? Okay, let's see here. Okay, we have the Knight of Wands. That's about being on a journey, being on a quest, moving forward. Spiritual quest. Squared by the Page of Cups. Challenged by the Page of Cups. So this is about moving forward, and the challenge is, how do we keep our heart? How do we keep our sensitivity? How do we keep our childlike wonder alive? The Four of Coins at the root. It is a 4. It is, I guess, the basic. And this card, we have the coin sitting in a wintry scene inside this tent. I think the base and the core of this is an issue of survival. It's an issue of utilizing our resources in a different way so that we can survive and thrive on the planet. The past, we have the Fool. Okay, that leap of faith. The Fool could also be Trump. He is an Aquarian, a Uranian energy. He is here to sort of blow everything up, and the Fool card is associated with Uranus. And we have the Seven of Cups in the sky. Decisions. This is making a choice. The 7 is about understanding self. It's self-analysis. And with cups, it's understanding our feelings and our emotions. Understanding our feelings and our emotions. It is a woman, so it's possibly sort of a more of the energy of the rise of the feminine. Let's see the outcome here, or the outcome, I guess. And we have the strength card. The strength card. So this is a card of strength. It's a sensual card, but it's sensuality sort of raised to a higher level, utilizing our creative force for good. All right. Well, that's very interesting. I'm going to leave it there because this is kind of just a little bit of a look ahead. And so our challenge as we move forward, now that we've made this giant leap of faith, is how do we both survive, thrive, be responsive to our emotions and our feelings, and the emotions and the feelings of other people? How do we stay sort of open-hearted through this process? So I would say that this is definitely the change. I don't know why I felt the need to pull cards on it, because I know it is. All right. I'm just going to pull, what do we do, 21? I just want to pull, sorry about that, I just want to pull a Crystal Ally card to see if what kind of crystal, or well, let's see what card comes up. What card comes up for this? This is the Crystal Ally cards by Naisha, Ashian, or Samaya Aster. That's her new name. But I think the cards are still under her Naisha Ashian name. Okay. Here. This is a Crystal Ally card for what we're going through at this time. And we get black tourmaline, which is purification. Okay, so I picked a Crystal Ally card, and I got black tourmaline. Can you see that? It's a lovely card. And the word on it is purification. Okay, purification. And she divides these cards into 5 elements: earth, air, fire, water, and storm. And storm is a conglomeration of all the elements. So it sort of symbolizes ether in the 5 elements. So just briefly with the earth, this being an earth element. And this is a card for right now, what we need to sort of concentrate on right now. The energy, or perhaps if you want to go get a piece of black tourmaline, if you're into having the stone on you, or you can just think about black tourmaline, meditate on black tourmaline. If you have the cards, you can even just look at the card and bring that energy in. So it says the earth element governs the part of the energy field of Gaia that allows the intention of divine mind to coalesce and manifest into our physical reality. The earth element draws energy into form, organizes chaos into a structure, and allows us to express our co-creative powers by giving us the physical evidence of our ideas and intentions made manifest. It offers us the gift of experiencing spirit through the physical realm. And so that really sort of harkens back to that conjunction between Pluto and Saturn. And now that it is in its new phase, it really is about rebuilding. It's about rebuilding. So black tourmaline is purification. That's what this stone symbolizes. The chakras are the earth heart and Muladhara root chakra. So that's the earth star and the root chakra. The earth star is a chakra that sits about 18 inches below your feet. It is our connection to Mother Earth. And then, of course, the Muladhara chakra, or the root chakra, is where the Kundalini sits. It is, and the Kundalini is the life force. So it's our place of life force. It's our place of our clan, our family, our sense of belonging, our sense of being on the earth. And the affirmation is, my energy is free from external influence. I am centered and clear. Okay, let's see. It says purification can be a powerful act of spiritual growth. When we purify, we surrender those aspects of self, of those habits or patterns that are no longer useful for our journey. You may purify by choosing to give up a particular habit that you know is standing in the way of your progress. Okay, when black tourmaline appears in your reading, it is encouraging you to undertake a ritual of purification. Perhaps you are holding on to old patterns or habits that no longer serve you. What do you know you need to clear or purify to move into the next level of your spiritual and personal growth? What parts of your life require cleansing to shift your vibration? Offer them up to the divine by sacrificing bad habits or outmoded ways of being, and embrace cleaner energy. Maybe you have been exposed to external energies that are preventing you from being centered and focused. Well, isn't that everything that's going on? Most of the time, purification is about clearing your own stuff. However, it can be that you have unconsciously moved into resonance with someone or something that is creating discordant vibrations within you. Now, wouldn't that be an exact description of Donald Trump? Black tourmaline is encouraging you to take a spiritual bath, to cleanse your aura and regain your sense of center and vitality. If you are experiencing difficulty in connecting with your guidance, try a ritual of purification before you meditate. Take a bath or shower as you focus upon the water, cleansing your energy. Take a ritual sweat in a sauna or sweat lodge, or smudge yourself in a room of burning herbs or incense. When you purify yourself and release any obsolete thoughts, worries, or resentments, you are making room for your life, for your spiritual gifts to be received. You are making room in your life, for your spiritual gifts to be received. And so what I'm getting from this is that all the stuff we're worried about, Trump, Weinstein in some cases, all of that sort of abuse of power, all that's going to come up. And so we have to have faith that things are not, I think in the past we have felt that things come up and then they get covered up again, and then they come up and they get covered up again. But things are getting blown right out. Things are just, it's not that process as much anymore. It's more like boom, right? And so we've been through it, guys. We've been really on some level through the worst of it. Now we have to let the process finish itself. And those people who will be significant in that process will do their work, and it will happen. And for those of us who are sort of sitting by the sidelines watching it, what in our lives, what has blown up in our lives, and what do we need to tend to? As we do that, then we can actually bring into our lives and be co-creative. It's about purification. There's a sense of protection. And that protection is that you will no longer allow those negative influences into your life. Okay? And purification is a process. And so, figure out what's not working in your life or what's negatively impacting you, and slowly start to remove those things. Do those things that are going to support you. And if not watching the impeachment hearings is going to support you, I would suggest you not watch the impeachment hearings. Okay? All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you find it helpful. Like and subscribe. And I will see you again soon. Take care.